Their success in producing high-quality milk with exceptional taste and nutritional value stems from a combination of traditional knowledge, careful animal husbandry, and a deep understanding of the natural cycles that govern dairy production. What makes Amish dairy farming particularly fascinating is not just their rejection of modern technology, but their sophisticated understanding of how to work with nature rather than against it. At the heart of Amish dairy success lies their approach to cattle selection and breeding. Unlike large commercial operations that often prioritize quantity over quality, Amish farmers focus on developing herds that balance milk production with overall animal health and longevity. They typically favor heritage breeds such as Guernseys, Jerseys, and brown Swiss cattle, which are known for producing milk with higher butterfat content and superior flavor profiles compared to the Holstein cattle that dominate industrial dairy operations. These breeds, while producing somewhat less volume per cow, yield milk that is richer in flavor and contains higher concentrations of beneficial nutrients. The Amish approach to breeding is methodical and patient. Rather than relying on artificial insemination or purchasing expensive genetic material, many Amish farmers maintain their own breeding bulls and carefully track the lineage of their cattle over generations. This allows them to select for traits that matter most to their operation, including milk quality, disease resistance, longevity, and temperament. They understand that a cow that produces moderate amounts of high-quality milk for many years is more valuable than one that produces large quantities for only a few years before health problems force early retirement. Feed quality represents another cornerstone of Amish dairy excellence. Most Amish farms operate on a closed-loop system where they grow their own feed crops, often without synthetic fertilizers or pesticides. They rely heavily on crop rotation, using legumes like alfalfa and clover to naturally fix nitrogen in the soil and provide protein-rich forage for their cattle. This approach not only maintains soil health, but also ensures that their cows receive nutrition that is free from chemical residues and rich in natural nutrients. The Amish approach to breeding is methodical and patient. Rather than relying on artificial insemination or purchasing expensive genetic material, many Amish farmers maintain their own breeding bulls and carefully track the lineage of their cattle over generations. This allows them to select for traits that matter most to their operation, including milk quality, disease resistance, longevity, and temperament. They understand that a cow that produces moderate amounts of high-quality milk for many years is more valuable than one that produces large quantities for only a few years before health problems force early retirement. Feed quality represents another cornerstone of Amish dairy excellence. Most Amish farms operate on a closed-loop system where they grow their own feed crops, often without synthetic fertilizers or pesticides. They rely heavily on crop rotation, using legumes like alfalfa and clover to naturally fix nitrogen in the soil and provide protein-rich forage for their cattle. This approach not only maintains soil health, but also ensures that their cows receive nutrition that is free from chemical residues and rich in natural nutrients. The timing and methods of feed harvesting are crucial elements that Amish farmers have perfected over generations. They cut hay at optimal stages of plant maturity to maximize both nutritional content and palatability. Alfalfa, for instance, is typically cut when it reaches early bloom stage, ensuring high protein content while maintaining digestibility. The hay is then cured using traditional methods that preserve nutrients without the use of preservatives or artificial drying agents. This attention to feed quality directly translates to better milk production and improved flavor. Seasonal feeding strategies employed by the Amish demonstrate their deep understanding of cattle nutrition throughout the year. During growing seasons, cows graze on diverse pastures that contain not just grass, but also beneficial herbs and plants that contribute to milk flavor and cow health. These pastures often include plantain, dandelion, chicory, and other plants that provide natural minerals and vitamins. In winter months, carefully stored hay, silage, and root crops like turnips and carrots supplement the diet, ensuring consistent nutrition year-round. The Amish practice of rotational grazing deserves particular attention for its impact on both milk quality and environmental sustainability. Rather than keeping cattle in static pastures that become overgrazed and depleted, Amish farmers move their herds regularly to fresh sections of pasture. This allows grass to recover and maintain its nutritional quality while preventing soil compaction and erosion. The result is healthier pastures that produce more nutritious forage, leading directly to better milk production and quality. Water quality receives careful attention in Amish dairy operations. Most farms rely on natural springs or wells rather than treated municipal water, believing that the mineral content of natural water sources contributes to both cow health and milk flavor. They regularly test their water sources and take steps to protect them from contamination, understanding that clean, mineral-rich water is essential for optimal milk production. The daily routines of Amish dairy farming reflect a commitment to consistency and animal welfare that directly impacts milk quality. Cows are typically milked at the same times each day, usually early morning and evening, creating a routine that reduces stress and promotes consistent milk production. The milking process itself is done by hand or with simple mechanical devices powered by compressed air or hydraulic systems, avoiding the harsh suction and rapid extraction methods used in large commercial operations. This gentler approach to milking has several benefits. It reduces stress on the animals, which can negatively impact milk production and quality. It also allows farmers to maintain closer contact with their cattle, enabling early detection of health issues or changes in milk quality. Many Amish farmers can identify individual cows by their milk characteristics and will notice subtle changes that might indicate health problems or other issues requiring attention. The handling and storage of milk immediately after milking is another area where Amish practices contribute to superior quality. Milk is typically cooled quickly using spring water or other natural cooling methods, preventing bacterial growth while preserving the natural enzymes and beneficial bacteria that contribute to flavor and nutritional value. Unlike commercial operations that may store milk for extended periods or transport them long distances, Amish milk often reaches consumers within hours or days of being produced. Cleanliness and sanitation in Amish dairy operations follow time-tested methods that rely on natural cleaning agents and thorough physical cleaning rather than harsh chemical sanitizers. Equipment is cleaned immediately after use with hot water and natural soaps, then air-dried in clean environments. The health management of dairy cattle in Amish communities emphasizes prevention over treatment, using natural methods and traditional remedies whenever possible. They maintain detailed knowledge of herbal treatments for common cattle ailments and understand how nutrition and environment affect animal health. Rather than relying on routine antibiotic use, they focus on maintaining conditions that promote natural immunity and health. Stress reduction is a fundamental principle in Amish cattle management. Cows are kept in familiar groups with minimal disturbance to social hierarchies. Loud noises, sudden movements, and aggressive handling are avoided as these can negatively impact milk production and quality. The calm, predictable environment of Amish farms contributes to the contentment of the cattle, which directly correlates with better milk production. The relationship between farmer and cattle in Amish dairy operations is notably different from that found in large commercial dairies. Amish farmers typically know their cows individually, understanding each animal's personality, health history, and production patterns. This intimate knowledge allows for individualized care and early intervention when problems arise. Cows that are treated as individuals rather than production units tend to be healthier and more productive. Seasonal variations in Amish dairy management reflect their understanding of natural cycles and their impact on milk production. During spring and early summer, when pastures are at their richest, milk production naturally increases and the milk often has enhanced flavor due to the diverse, nutrient-rich plants the cows consume. Amish farmers plan their breeding cycles to take advantage of these seasonal peaks, often timing calvings to coincide with periods of abundant feed. The processing and handling of milk on Amish farms often includes traditional methods that preserve and enhance natural flavors. Some farms produce their own butter and cheese using methods passed down through generations. These processes, while labor-intensive, result in products with distinctive flavors that reflect the quality of the original milk and the skill of the producer. Community cooperation plays a significant role in Amish dairy success. Information about successful practices is shared freely among community members, and farmers often work together during busy seasons like haying or when dealing with emergencies. This collaborative approach means that successful innovations and traditional knowledge are preserved and spread throughout the community. The economic model of Amish dairy farming differs significantly from commercial operations. Rather than maximizing production at all costs, Amish farmers focus on sustainable production that can be maintained over long periods. They often sell directly to consumers or through local markets, receiving premium prices for high-quality products rather than competing in commodity markets where quality differences are ignored. Environmental stewardship is integral to Amish farming practices and contributes to the quality of their dairy products. They view their land as a trust to be preserved for future generations, leading to practices that maintain soil health, water quality, and biodiversity. This long-term perspective results in farming systems that improve over time rather than depleting natural resources. The absence of synthetic hormones and routine antibiotics in Amish dairy operations contributes to both the safety and quality of their milk. Without artificial growth hormones, milk production follows natural patterns that typically result in better-tasting milk with natural seasonal variations. The avoidance of routine antibiotic use means that beneficial bacteria naturally present in milk are preserved, contributing to flavor and potential health benefits. Training and knowledge transfer in Amish communities ensure that dairy farming expertise is preserved and refined over generations. Young people learn by working alongside experienced farmers, gradually taking on more responsibility as they develop skills and knowledge. This apprenticeship system means that each generation builds upon the accumulated wisdom of previous generations while adapting to changing conditions. The infrastructure of Amish dairy farms, while simpler than modern commercial operations, is designed with functionality and cattle welfare in mind. Barns are typically well ventilated with natural airflow, providing comfortable environments for cattle while minimizing the need for mechanical ventilation systems. The design of milking facilities prioritizes ease of cleaning and cattle comfort rather than maximum throughput. Quality control in Amish dairy operations relies on sensory evaluation and traditional testing methods rather than complex laboratory analyses. Experienced farmers can detect subtle changes in milk color, smell, or consistency that might indicate problems with feed, animal health, or handling procedures. This intimate knowledge of their product allows for immediate adjustments to maintain consistent quality. The scale of most Amish dairy operations contributes to their success in producing high-quality milk. With herds typically ranging from 20 to 60 cows, farmers can provide individual attention to each animal while maintaining manageable workloads. This scale allows for the personal attention and care that would be impossible in operations with hundreds or thousands of animals. Innovation within traditional frameworks characterizes how Amish dairy farmers adapt to changing conditions while maintaining their core principles. They may adopt new varieties of feed crops that perform better under local conditions, or modify barn designs to improve cattle comfort, but always within the context of their traditional values and sustainable practices. The reputation of Amish dairy products often extends far beyond their local communities, with consumers willing to pay premium prices for milk, cheese, and butter produced using traditional methods. This market recognition validates their approach and provides economic incentives to maintain high standards and traditional practices. Weather adaptation strategies used by Amish farmers demonstrate their deep understanding of local climate patterns and their impact on dairy production.